Okay, so now on the Dartle platform, you can configure different types of discounts. So the first type of discount that you can configure is the time-based discounts. And the time-based discounts essentially allows you to configure or offer discounts based on the length of a user's payment. So here, for example, here the user pays $200 for 2 months. So essentially what that means is if you create a new subscription plan, you can incentivize your users to pay for a longer period by offering discounts, right? So you can say this is instead of 2 months, this is going to be 4 months. And for 4 months, you're essentially paying $400, right? So you can either create it with no discount, or you can actually create it with, say, a percentage discount. You could say, so a 5% discount. So instead of $400, they end up paying $380, right? And then you can create another one, say, for example, an eighth month one. And for this, you can actually say you can have a 20% discount, right? Or even you can give a fixed amount. You can give a $100 discount, right? Right. So now, whenever you assign this to a player, the player would then have the option to, you will incentivize the player to either, pay for 2 months, or they can pay for 4 months, or they can pay for 8 months, and you can configure this in any way that you want, right? Now, the other type of discount is system-wide discounts. So this one, you can configure system-wide discount here. So this could be a sibling discount or any discounts that you want to apply across different membership plans. So those will be the ones that you create here. So let's create one sibling discount. And this is a percentage discount. So you get a 10% off. And you can say there's a discount, say up to maximum of $100. And say two students from the same parent. That's the eligibility criteria for this, right? And you can apply this to either all membership plans, right? Or you can select what membership plans you want to apply for. Let's say you want to only allow this for your MLS Next team, right? So that offer is now here. So if you go back into your membership plans, you will be able to see that in your discounts, a sibling discount has now been added. So this is a second type of discount that you can add on the system. Now, the other type of discount is the additional discount that you can give players when you add them. To add your membership plan to players and configure the additional discount, you can either do this by coming to the members area and clicking on assign plan to any particular player who's here. You can click on assign plan, and then you can select the plan. Let's select the one that we created now. You can configure discounts as much as you like. So here, if you don't want to configure any discounts, you can just save it as it is. Or if you want to configure additional discounts, you can say, okay, let's add sibling discounts. And you can say whether this discount is applied only to the first payments or for all payments in the future. You can also do something similar. You can give additional discounts. So for example, if someone is saying that, hey, does the student require like a one-time scholarship fee? This could be scholarship, I don't know, anything that you want to add. You can give a 50% off on the total fees. And you can say again whether this applies to total fees or not. That is something that you can do. And essentially what this means is the bulk discount is like this is added above and over the bulk discount. Otherwise, if you leave this as blank, the bulk discounts are not added. So your bulk discounts are your time-based discounts for multi-month payments. So let's add this here. So what that means is the total payable amount for the student is going to be $90. And if you do the bulk payment, this discount will also apply to the volume-based discounts as well. And then you can save and continue. So this plan will now get an option to pay and will be required to make the payment or via email. They can click on the link and make the payment, and the payment will be registered on the system. That's the primary use case of membership plans. In order to track fee payments, you can use this fee player management section in the fee management area. You can track the player dues. and track your total revenue from all of these. So you can come here and you'll be able to see what players are due at what time and by how much. You have some filters here to be able to filter between just overdue players, all players, or see the transaction history. And then you can go into each player's profile to see his previous transactions and due payments if there's any. Okay, so you can see the details of the plan. Here you have the option to change the plan and also cancel the plan or also pause the plan. So if you pause the plan, you can resume that at any given point of time in the future. Once the player pays this amount from their system, from their community app, this entries will disappear from here. They get automatic reminders sent to them certain days before the due date and constant reminders every now and then. And beyond that, if they come and pay to you manually, you can manually record payments here. So you can hit record with the minimum amount. You can say the mode of payment and you record the payment, and then that is shown here in the transaction history. So this is what's available in the fee management section of Dartle. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the next one.